The Generals of the Yang Family Chapter 1.
Today, we're jumping into a really bloody origin story. It's the beginning of one of ancient China's most legendary military families, the Yang generals.
Exactly. This is the very first chapter of an epic. We're setting the scene in the 10th century Northern Han Dynasty, which was, this small state just trying to hang on.
While the massive conquering Song Dynasty is basically right on its doorstep, the whole region is a political powder keg.
And that keg ignites almost immediately. Our mission in this deep dive is to unpack this foundational myth, really. We're focusing on how a fearful ruler, some nasty political treachery, and an assassination set the stage for this heroic family.
And what's amazing is how quickly the politics turn deadly and the calculated steps someone has to take just to find justice when the system is corrupt.
It's a long game, a very long, very risky game.
So let's start with that central dilemma. The Northern Han ruler, Lu Jun, what's his state of mind?
He's basically living in constant fear. The Song Dynasty has been on a roll, unifying territories, and he knows they won't just let an independent Northern Han exist, especially not with them controlling Hedong.
And Hedong wasn't just any piece of land, right? For anyone not familiar with the geography, this was everything.
It was a strategic gateway, the main defensive point for the entire state. If they lost Hedong, it was game over.
So Lu Jun turns to his advisors, and this is where we see two completely opposite solutions get thrown on the table.
Radically opposed. First up, you have the voice of pragmatism. That's Huyan, the counseling official.
Okay, and what was his advice?
His advice was pretty sobering. He basically said, look, the Song ruler is a genius, we're weak, and fighting is it's pointless. His counsel was to submit.
Just give in.
Yeah. Send tribute, acknowledge the Song's power. The idea was to save the people from a horrible war and keep Hedong safe.
It sounds like sound advice. It's humanitarian, it's strategic, but it also carries a huge political risk.
A fatal one, as it turns out. Because in that court, being pragmatic could get you labeled a traitor.
And that's exactly what happened the next.
It is. His rival, Wu Yangfang, jumps all over it. Wu Yangfang is the vice chief of the Bureau of Military Affairs, so he's a big deal in the military establishment.
And he sees this as weakness.
Weakness and an opportunity. He flat out rejects submission. He claims their capital, Jinyang, is this ancient, unbreakable fortress.
But he doesn't just disagree on policy, does he? This is where it gets personal and really escalates.
Oh, it spikes immediately. Wu Yangfang's calculation is just ruthless. He doesn't want to win the debate. He wants to eliminate the competition. He accuses Huyan of treason.
Right there on the spot.
On the spot, colluding with the Song. And he tells the ruler to execute him. Right then and there. It's the ultimate political power move.
So Lu Yun is about to kill a loyal man, giving him sound, if difficult, advice. But someone steps in.
Yes, thankfully. A royal relative, Zhao Sui, intervenes. And his argument is brilliant because it appeals directly to the ruler's self-interest.
Not morals, but strategy.
Exactly. He says, look, if you execute Huyan, a man known for his loyalty, you're not just murdering someone, you're handing a Song a perfect excuse to invade.
So they could march in claiming to be liberating the people from a tyrant.
Precisely. They'd have the moral high ground. It wouldn't just be a conquest. It'd be a just war.
And that's the logic that gets through to Lu Jun.
That's what works. So he spares Huyanting's life, but he can't look weak. So he strips him of his office and exiles him, sends him home to Jiangsu.
A major setback for sure, but Huyanting is alive. Or so he thinks.
For a little while. For Yangfang, though, this isn't good enough. Exile is an elimination.
So what's his next move?
It's a plan of just shocking cruelty, wrapped in plausible deniability. He is determined to wipe out Huyanting and his entire family line.
How does he do it?
He calls in his two top guys, Zhang King and Li Dai, gives them hundreds of soldiers, and tells them to secretly track down Huyanting's party on the road.
And here's the crucial detail, right? This can't look like a state-sponsored hit.
Absolutely not. The order is very specific. Disguise yourselves as strong robbers, as bandits.
So it looks like a random, tragic crime.
A highway robbery gone wrong. It gives Wu Yangfang a perfect cover for a political assassination.
The attack happens at a place called Shishan Post Station. The whole family's killed, everything looted, a complete political cleansing.
Almost complete.
Yeah.
But the source gives us this one just shocking detail that changes everything.
The survivor.
The survivor. His concubine, Lady Lu. In the middle of the chaos, just out of sheer survival instinct, she grabs her infant son and hides in a latrine.
Wow. She escapes with the child through, just pure humiliating luck.
It's an incredible detail.
Yeah.
But the cover-up starts to unravel almost right away.
And the irony here is just stunning. Who does she run into?
She bumps into a minor local official, a clerk named Huyan, and when she tells him her story, he immediately knows what really happened.
He connects the dots.
Instantly, he tells her those weren't bandits. That was young King and Li Day. Those were Huyan Fang's men in disguise. So the truth is revealed to the sole survivor.
Which confirms her worst fears and, gives her this desperate need for vengeance. But her ordeal isn't over.
Not at all. She's just survived a fake robbery, only to get captured by
real robbers.
Real robbers. A second group, led by a man named Ma Zhang. But this is where fate, or the story, takes a very strange turn.
Ma Zhang, the actual bandit chief, hears her story, and he's moved by it.
Genuinely moved. This tale of injustice from the powerful, it resonates with him. So instead of hurting her, he offers her sanctuary.
What kind of offer?
He offers to take her to his manor. He promises her protection and makes this fierce vow. He says, if you raise that boy, I will help you get vengeance.
And for Lady Lu, vengeance is the only thing she has left.
It's all she cares about.
Yeah.
So she agrees. She's lost everything, but she's found this very, very powerful and unexpected ally.
And then the story it hits fast forward. The text says something like, time like an arrow.
Days and months like a shuttle. 7 years fly by. The boy, who Ma Zhang names Fu Lang, is raised as his own son. He gets an education, he gets training.
And by the time he's a teenager, maybe 14 or 15, he's become a pretty formidable figure.
He really is. This source gives us this amazing description of him. It says he has an iron-colored face, eyes like red rings.
And they compare him directly to a famous Tang dynasty general, Qi Jingde. That's not a subtle comparison.
Not at all. It's basically tagging him as a preordained hero, a force of nature destined for war. His real lineage is shining through.
So he's renamed Ma Zhan, and he's good at everything. Riding, archery.
And, crucially, military strategy. He's also skilled with this heavy, solid iron spear. Ma Zhan can see the boy is ready, but Ma Zhan still doesn't know who he really is.
So they need something to trigger the revelation to kickstart the whole quest for revenge.
And that trigger shows up as this massive, arrogant display of power from the man himself, Huyan Fang.
Oh, what happened?
Ma Zhan and Ma Zhang see some workers hauling this huge stone monument, a stele, inscribed with the words, Pillar of State Huyan Fang.
Seeing that name just sets Ma Zhang off.
It sends him into a rage, and it forces him to finally tell the boy everything. The 7-year-old pact, his real father's murder, the identity of their true enemy.
How does Ma Zhan take it?
He's obviously distraught, but he accepts it immediately. He is Hu Yunting's son, and he vows to get revenge right away.
But Ma Zhang, the patient one, he pulls him back from the brink.
Right. He says a direct attack is suicide. Huyan Fang is way too powerful, too well-guarded. You can't just charge in. They need a plan.
They need strategy, not just rage. And conveniently, a solution basically rides into their lives.
Literally. Ma Zhan's friend, Gang Zhan, shows up, and he just happens to have this incredible horse, the Black Dragon horse.
And he was going to sell it to Huyan Fang, of all people.
The very same man. But when he hears the story, he sees this as a sign, a chance for justice. He gives the horse to Ma Zhan.
And with the horse comes the plan. It's a fascinating strategy, one that relies entirely on their enemy's ego.
It's brilliant. It's a 3-step infiltration. Gang Zhang lays it all out.
Okay, what's step 1?
Step 1. Ma Zhan have to go and present the Black Dragon horse to Huyan Fang as this incredibly generous tribute gift.
Butter him up?
Exactly. Step 2. Huyan Fang will be thrilled, and he'll ask Ma Zhan what he wants as a reward. A high office, a title. Ma Zhan must refuse all of it.
He has to reject the very thing any normal, ambitious person would want.
Correct, which leads to step 3. Instead of high office, he must ask for the most humble job possible, to be a stable boy, a horse groom.
But with one condition.
To serve Huyan Fang personally.
And that low status is the key to the whole thing.
It's why it works. It makes him seem harmless, completely non-threatening, devoted. Huyan Fang's arrogance won't let him see the danger.
And it gets him closer to his target than any high-ranking guard ever could.
It gives him constant, direct access. The perfect, unmissable opportunity for an assassination. It's kind of like a Trojan horse situation, isn't it?
It really is. He doesn't charge in. No, he uses flattery and a disguise. He goes to Hedong, shows up at Huyan Fang's place.
But not as himself.
No, under an alias. Ma Zhan. Says he's from this place, Majia Zhuang. It needed to sound plausible, believable.
And he couldn't just show up empty-handed, right?
Right.
He needs something impressive.
Definitely. The sources are specific here. He brings a gift, a magnificent horse really fast, a junji.
Wow.
But the real genius maybe is how they talk about the price.
Ah, right. Huyan Fang sees this amazing horse, asks what it's worth.
And Zan hits him with this incredible line, worth the value of a city. Jia Zhe Lian Cheng.
That's bold. It's more than just saying it's expensive.
Exactly. It's like a political statement almost, saying, look, I operate on a different level.
So Fang probably thinks, okay, this guy wants a big job, a position.
You'd assume so, wouldn't you? But Zan immediately flicks that expectation. He says straight up, I don't want an official post. His only goal, he claims, is to serve Shenggong, that's Fang, for a year and a half.
Just hang around and be helpful.
Pretty much, just long enough to become a familiar face, a trusted person. A Ming Fen Ren, as the text puts it.
Okay, but that's got to be incredibly stressful. Serving your mortal enemy day in, day out for 18 months.
Unbelievably so. Imagine the discipline. One wrong move, one suspicious glance.
He could be dead instantly.
Right. But by playing this long game, he just blends in, becomes part of the household.
The dedication there is just, wow.
It really is fascinating. He had to earn Fang's complete trust. The source says he jita Fang Zi Huangxi, he totally won Fang over.
All while just waiting for that one perfect moment.
Exactly, that single, unguarded opportunity. Which, interestingly, gets helped along by events outside the household.
The politics. While Zan's inside, playing the loyal servant, things start shifting for Huyan Fang, don't they?
Big time. His standing at the Northern Han court takes a massive hit. There's this other powerful official, Zhao Sui.
Right.
He's worried about Fang's power, maybe sees him as a rival. So he advises the ruler, Liu Zhong, basically, you need to sideline this guy.
And other officials agree.
Yep. Generals like Ding Gi pile on, supporting the impeachment.
So what happens to Fang?
He gets demoted hard. Stripped of his rank as Prime Minister the Qingyang.
It's huge.
Huge. Down to a much lower regional role. Commissioner Tuan Lianxi. It's a massive public humiliation.
And Fang doesn't take it well, I imagine.
Not at all. His pride is wounded. He's too proud to serve in this lesser role, especially alongside Zhao Sui. So he just quits.
He quits entirely.
Yep. Resigns and retreats back to his hometown, Yunzhu, way out in the provinces.
Okay, hang on. So there's a political downfall, this humiliation. It actually helps Zan.
Massively. Think about it. As prime minister in the capital, Fang's surrounded by guards, allies, the whole state apparatus.
Secure. Protected.
Exactly. By retreating to his remote hometown, he isolates himself. He goes from a fortress to basically a private house. Much easier target.
That's the opening Zan needed. The strategic shift.
It really is. And this isolation leads pretty quickly to the first near miss for Zan. We jump forward about 8 months into his service, Mid-Autumn Festival.
And the source sets this up dramatically, right? With poetry.
It does. It describes Fang drinking, looking at the moon, and then it quotes the opening lines of that super famous poem by Sushi Shuidiao Getu.
Ming yu jishi yu, ba ju wen qingqian. When will the moon be clear and bright? With wine in hand, I ask the blue sky.
Using that poem, which is all about reflection mortality, right before an attempted murder, it really elevates the tension, makes it feel almost fated.
So Fang gets drunk, passes out in his study.
Right there at his desk, and Zan sees it. This is the moment he's been waiting for what, nearly a year by now.
He goes in, knife ready.
He draws the short knife. He's ready. The target is right there, vulnerable, but fate intervenes. Or, just bad luck for Zan. Before he can strike, the housekeeper walks in.
Oh, no.
Yeah, carrying a lamp, probably coming to put Fang to bed properly. Zan has to instantly hide the knife, go back to being the servant.
The mental whiplash of that moment.
Must have been incredible. He apparently sighs, saying something like, this thief still has surplus luck. Protected again.
So he has to just go back to waiting.
Back to waiting. But the next chance isn't far off.
Okay, when's that?
Just a month later, 9th day of the 9th month. The Double Ninth Festival. And it also happens to be Huyan Fang's birthday.
And Zan's probably feeling the pressure by now.
Intensely. The source says he's feeling really down, depressed, thinking he's failed his father, Huyan Ting, failed the mission.
And then comes the dream.
Yeah, this really vivid dream. Whether it's, supernatural or just his mind under extreme stress.
Doesn't really matter for the outcome, I guess.
Right. He sees all these figures covered in blood, his father among them, basically yelling at him, Fang harmed your father. Today's the day. You can get revenge now.
That's quite the motivator.
It gives him that final push. Just as he wakes up, a servant Machia calls him. says Fang needs him in the study. It's really late, the fourth watch, so like 1 to 3 a.m.
And Fang is
exhausted from the birthday celebrations, tired, vulnerable, probably alone. Zan knows this is it.
no interruptions this time.
No interruptions. The confrontation is immediate. Zan pulls out the knife. The source describes it as gleaming hanguang-linlin and having this palpable murderous energy, shakitangkan.
Chilling.
He grabs Fang, and before he strikes, he delivers the line, "Do you recognize the son of Huyan Ting?"
The reveal. After all this time,
Fang is terrified, instantly offers all his money, everything to save his life.
but Zan's not interested in money.
Not at all. This is about blood, about honor. Before Fang can even finish his plea, Zan stabs him right in the throat. Quick. Silent.
Okay. Revenge accomplished,
Yeah.
but it doesn't stop there, does it?
No. This is where it goes from targeted assassination to something else. Something much bigger.
Annihilation.
That's the word the source implies. Zan doesn't just kill Fang. He goes into the inner rooms of the house, and he slaughters Fang's wife and his close relatives. Men, women. The text says 40 plus people.
40.
40 plus, until they are Jinji Tula, completely slaughtered, wiped out. Within the logic of that story, that vengeance code,
It was necessary.
apparently so.
Yeah.
The source even includes a poetic comment by someone named Jing Juan, basically saying this total wipeout, Quanjia Jingsha Shenhen, proves heaven's justice is now complete.
So the logic is the crime was against Hu Yanting's whole family line, so the punishment has to erase Wu Yangfang's entire line.
That seems to be the underlying justification in the narrative. It's about restoring balance, but in the most absolute, final way possible. Cosmic bookkeeping via massacre.
Okay, so after this bloodbath, does he just run?
Not quite yet. There's one person he spares, an old woman, and Lao Yu. She begs for her life, kneels down.
And he lets her live.
Yes, but then he immediately puts her to work, tells her to gather up valuables.
Practicality amidst the carnage.
Exactly. She loads up a cart for him, silk, gold, silver, cloth, jinbo. So while revenge was the goal, he's also funding his estate, making sure he has resources for life on the run.
Smart. But then he doesn't just sneak away, does he? He leaves a message.
A very public message. Before leaving, he takes some of the blood and writes a 4-line poem right there on the door, in blood.
A poem, what did it say?
The source gives the lines, roughly translating to something like, "My ambition's huge, like reaches the heavens, my old hatred. It's settled now. I definitely killed Wu Yangfang." And yeah, this whole thing is going to cause some major problems back in Hedong.
Okay, hold on. Why do that? Why leave a signed confession in blood? Doesn't that guarantee everyone will know it was him and hunt him down?
It seems counterintuitive as survival is the only goal, right?
Totally.
But it goes back to that honor code, I think. The vengeance isn't complete unless everyone knows who did it and why. It's not just about killing Fang. It's about publicly restoring his family's honor. The name Huyan Ting needed to be cleared, and his son's act needed to be known.
So the proclamation is as important as the act itself.
In this kind of narrative, yeah, it seems to be. It's the final stamp.
So Zan takes the cart, leaves the bloody poem, and rides off. Where does he go?
Straight back home to his mother, Lu Shi. And she's apparently overjoyed. The debt is paid.
But not everyone is happy. His relative, Ma Zong.
Ma Zong hears the story, especially about the poem written in blood, and he freaks out, understandably.
Because now the authorities know exactly who did it.
And Ma Zong points out the obvious, terrifying consequence. If the Han ruler connects this Ma Zong alias back to Huyan Zan, their whole family, the whole clan, could face Mizu Jihu,
Extinction of the clan. Wiped out.
the ultimate price. So the revenge is done, but now the danger has escalated exponentially for everyone connected to Zan.
So immediate escape plan.
Instantly, Ma Zong tells Zan, "Get out of here. Now go to Helan Mountain. Find your uncles Geng Zong and Geng Liang. Take refuge with them."
So he becomes a fugitive, an outlaw, declared by his own hand.
Exactly. The revenge is complete, but like the poem warned, it's just created a whole new wave of enmity, of conflict. The chase is on.